Are you busy on Valentine's? Yeah, I'll be busy with myself here on my stream. Show us your beta mousepad. This one. So anyways, guys, I did a thing where, I don't know if you guys do this thing where I move into a new place. I unpacked 85% of my stuff. And the last 15 I'm like, I can do that later. And I just never do it. Or I do it like a long time later. The biggest difference between Diamond DFT players and Masters are, there's no big difference. Master players are just better on average with every quantifiable thing. It's like the same thing in League. What do you think the average Diamond Master players is better than the average Diamond player? They're probably better on average mechanically, game knowledge wise, you know, everything. Because that's the same for any game, right? As about NFT games, none of them have been games I'd ever be willing to play. Like, I don't think any of the games that are NFT games are games that are fun. A lot of the games just like games that make money. Games that outsource and make a lot of money from people in third world countries. Like, okay, I guess that's a game. Like, yeah, moving money from third world countries to first world countries, that's technically like a game. What do you think about Twitter NFTs? Oh god, what a clusterfuck, dude. Literally, while I was streaming, someone DM'd me asking to pay $250 to promote an NFT, and I thought, that's fucking terrible. Only $250? Immediately typed them back and add some zeros, buddy. How many languages do I know? I barely know English. Ever thought about learning other languages? Sure, a little bit, but then it's too daunting. I'm not interested. I think knowing Chinese would be really nice to be able to communicate well with my family, but you know what? I just, it's not gonna happen. Just straight up. Did you not learn Chinese growing up? They spoke to me in Chinese. I responded in English, so no. Any good movies, books, or manga you recommend? I just started watching, what's it called? Don't Look Up. I've heard it's pretty good, but I'm like 20 minutes in. I'm probably gonna watch more of it right after this. Have you read Mushoku Tensei? I hated it. I thought it was an interesting premise. I just hated it. And I think it gets a lot of praise because I shit you not, it's one of the only mangas that I've ever finished. Even if the story just goes terrible, it doesn't matter because it actually finished. And because it did that, a lot of props, you know? Fucking lot of props. Finishing is a big deal. Do I watch Singles Inferno? Yeah, a little bit. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. I can see why people like it. You have a guilty pleasure manga? A couple, but I'm not gonna tell you. Because they're like real isekai trash. There's a lot of them too. They're all fucking isekai trash. Who in OTP would most likely to be an alien in a flesh suit? Lily. You hate stupidity or ignorance more? Probably the former, but like, you can't really be blamed for ignorance. You can't really even be blamed for stupidity. I'm dumb as fuck sometimes. What keeps me positive? I live a pretty fucking good life. You know, I have problems, but when I step away from it and think objectively, like overall my life has been pretty good. So it's hard to be negative when your life just has been pretty good. So one of the days I wasn't streaming, I actually was out, or I'd stream later, but I was out with someone from like noon to 9 and all we did was eat, drink, and eat again. It was great. Had a great time. I had a blast. Are you currently pushing P? Dude, I don't get it. I don't know what pushing P is. I'm too afraid to ask. That's a Kura sushi bar. It's very fun sushi. You just sit there and you eat with your homies. Revolving sushi bars are always good. Highest quality? Hell no. But you're there for fun, and I think that's like if you understand that, that's great. Did you know? So funny. A lot of times when we ask Begs, me and him play Dota 2, and then randomly one time we were talking about it, and she just drops a Discord. Yeah, a lot of Dota 2 people play. You guys can join anytime, and me and Ham just like didn't join. God, you know, I actually don't even mind playing Dota 2. I'm not even kidding. I am not opposed to playing Dota at all. You know, book it in. I'll play Dota 2. Wait, how much space do I have on my thing? I'll play Dota 2 in like February, like probably before Lost Ark. How's that sound? Maybe like a couple hours, and that's it. Oh, and stuff. Is there a reason you don't like PoE anymore? Yeah, it's omega bloated, and I feel like when you play PoE, the only thing you can think of is how much better it could be than it is. And I think there's a lot of really bloated systems, and so I don't like playing it because I feel like they'll fix the systems later. Maybe that's coping. Maybe like, I think a lot of people say PoE 2 will fix all the problems, and I know it won't, but it'll fix some of them. It'd be insane if Microsoft revives HOTS. That's a super cope. That's someone's fucking inhaling a lot right there. Yo, slow down. Reviving HOT. You slow down. Dude, all I know is I hope Blizzard goes back to being a great company. That's all. I heard like Blizzard has like getting bought out by Microsoft means that Microsoft's HR company comes in, or HR stuff comes in, and apparently Microsoft's HR is fucking brutal. So they're gonna clean house, which is good. Like honestly, Blizzard has had some bad apples. And we started playing AAA single player games on stream. Sure. I mean, like literally I stream for a living, you know? The reason I haven't done it is because I've obviously considered that I don't really like them as much. The biggest thing is I don't want to be a variety streamer. The games I like to play are multiplayer games with grindable ladders, usually. That's why I don't really enjoy single player games as much. What game is the best viewership community for you to stream? TFT is, it used to be terrible, but it's okay now. I think TFT memes are okay. I don't really have a game I really think the community is really crazy for, because my viewership right now is really weird. It's like most of it's TFT, and when they're there, like TFT, any strategy game has a lot of backseating, so like I don't super like it for that. But then when it's not TFT, it's like a lot of my really hardcore viewers, and so it doesn't really feel like the community really changes that much. It's just like the really hardcore people talking, because I don't really have a fast chat in the first place. Yeah, the only time there's a fast chat when it's current viewers or arguments or complete off topic. Yeah, that's true. I actually think one of the funniest things to stream was Final Fantasy, because I would just get people who literally would just every day come in. Yo, did you skip? Did you boost? Skip, boost, and it got so funny. You ever wish you had the faster chat? I like when I can read my chat, but sometimes when I'm playing another game that's not TFT, my chat's a little slow, so I'm like, oh, it can be dominated by one person, and the person's like, if they start acting weird, like they start talking like some political stuff, I'm just like, I'm gonna go time out this guy. If given the chance, would you conquer LCS again with the gang you're choosing? No, I'm not a competitive person anymore. I think that's actually a bad thing, because like I don't even feel competitive when it comes to making content, and I think that that's really bad. Like I commonly do things that are bad for my stream, and I don't do the things that are good. And I see Toast come back from Facebook, and this guy is like, he's shooting for #1. Like he wants to compete with people who are literally the #1 on the platform. And so do people like Pokey, for instance. But when I look at myself, I don't really feel that level of drive. And I think that that's maybe a problem. Like it's definitely a problem. I think you kind of need some sort of drive when it comes to content creation, or else you're gonna lose relevance. And I think that's just what I've been doing for the last 6 months, actually. I think a lot of things in my life, I've kind of waited, and eventually stuff has worked out. And this is one of those things where I'm like, hopefully they'll work out, but still gotta put some thought into it. But I feel like it's easy to get too comfortable in code. It's just like, I just don't think I'm that passionate about a lot of different things, I think. And the stuff I am passionate about, I feel like I'm either already doing or like it's impossible to do. Why do you need to constantly grow? What's wrong with just chilling where you're at? Because if you just chill where you're at, like not progressing forward is like kind of a death sentence when it comes to content creation. Like if you're not moving forward, it means you're moving behind, because people forget about you. Relevancy is something people don't really talk about, but it's always really, really big. Also, on top of that, let's say you become less relevant, and let's say what you want to do is play with other content creators, especially creating content together. Why would they want to create content with someone who's dying or someone who's not doing very well? They shouldn't. Like it shouldn't be something that they want to do, because that's just a bad decision for them, right? Who besides Pokey do you think is the most iconic classic streamer? I don't know what that word means, sorry. Remember, I don't really know English. Controversial? I don't think she's that controversial. I think people think she's controversial because she's a successful woman. But realistically, I don't think she really says that anything too controversial. Why have the ability to see 10 minutes in the future or 150 years in the future? 10 minutes. 150, I will be dead. 10 minutes, actually useful. Played the beta for Lost Ark? Yeah, I was sponsored there. It was great. I got to level 30. It PvP'd a lot. Class, do you think you'll main for Lost Ark? I was thinking Scrapper or Soulfist. Actually, I was thinking the Mage, because they removed Summoner and added an actual Mage, so I was pretty happy about that. And enjoy Monster Hunter channel plans on more in the future? Yeah, but more than likely I'm gonna stop soon. Because I don't think Monster Hunter has that much content. I don't think my friends are playing it that much. I'm like very happy with the amount of time I put in though. Very, very fucking happy. Like I think people look at me not playing EFT or me not playing much Monster Hunter and be like, wow, you quit. I'm like, no, I got a good experience for the money I paid for. Like I'm very happy about the experience I got. It just sucks that like, I think EFT for me is like an MMO similar to Monster Hunter for me is kind of like an MMO where like, after like 20 or 30 hours, if no one's playing, I'm probably like, I just quit because it's like, well, I have no friends. So it sucks to play MMOs without friends. I feel like that might happen to me for Lost Ark. I think I love the idea of Lost Ark and I like playing it. But like there might be a situation where it's not the game that pulls me away, but it's like the lack of people. That's the one thing I've been telling people, like, yeah, like if people don't play, like I don't know if I'm playing. If Lost Ark is to be the next hit game, I think it's gonna be a good game. I think people are gonna play it. I don't think there's ever been a game quite like it, where it's kind of, so when you play MOBAs, here, sidetracking a little bit. When you play MOBAs, character movement is based on your mouse clicks. I don't think there's ever been an MMO that's a top-down isometric that is also like this style. I think it'll appeal to a lot of players who are good at MOBAs. Maybe not so much at FPSs, and to be honest, like, that's me. Like, if I'm gonna be good at any game, it's gonna be Lost Ark. Plan to play Rainbow Six Extraction. My favorite reviewer gave the game its worst review ever, or one of his worst reviews. Didn't even say it was bad. He said it was bland and not worth playing, and there was no ounce of inspiration or aspiration in the game. And I'm like, holy fuck. So I don't think I'm playing it. But did Pokemon Unite? No. And the reason why I haven't tried it is because it's not on PC. Honestly, I'm really fucking lazy. I don't like playing on consoles, and I don't like controllers. So seriously, if it released on PC, I would play it. I'm gonna rank my Pokemon team in Pokemon Unite. We're talking to orgs to find a team that can rep for Worlds. Any tips on negotiating contracts? Okay, so more than likely you're gonna get screwed because you have no negotiating power. Because Pokemon Unite isn't like a really crazy game, and a lot of the orgs will take advantage of you, and because the orgs are much bigger and than you. The only thing I will say is always be, this is for anything, when you're doing anything for a company, always be very sure of deliverables. I would say time frame and deliverables are the most important thing. Things such as a normal contract is between 1 and 3 years. 3 is on the very terrible end. Don't do 3. You're probably gonna do 2 and you won't be able to negotiate, but try to do 1. And for deliverables, there's a lot of things where like, okay, if you don't want to like go shoot 1 day of footage for an org, or 2 days a month, 3 days a month, talk to them about it. If you have a keyboard you fucking love and you will not refuse to do anything else, make sure you carve that out of your like sponsorships that they have. But yeah, like a lot of the orgs are not good to sign for, in my opinion. Scale of 1 to sandwich, how would you rate your skills in the kitchen? The sandwich, the low one or the high one? Oh shit. Not very good. Consoles, if any, did you play growing up? GameCube, Sega Genesis. I'm old as hell. Where'd you get the Coom shirt? I bought it online somewhere. Have you seen Mark Z's new content? I saw his blame game actually. Sad that he's becoming an option now in LCS. Yeah. The problem is LCS has like NA esports, League esports hasn't been doing well for like 5 years. You know, it's had its highs and lows, but generally speaking, every other region is doing really, really well compared to NA, from what I understand. And on top of that, NA talent is actually really stacked. Like the talent roster is always very crazy. Like I look at the talent list, I'm like, fuck, dude, these guys are sick. And it sucks that like, yeah, if you ever have to downsize even a little bit, then you give up some of the talent that I think is great. Do you want a pet? The thing is, I'm usually surrounded by so many pets that I consider them like a little bit of my own pet. But if I ever move like to a household without pets, I'd consider it highly, for sure. So the FPS or sports games would consider to be the game for the United States. Melee. Smash, bro, that's an all-American game. Ever played card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Vanguard? Absolutely. I played a lot of card games when I was younger, like a shitload. Probably sunk out like hundreds of hours into card games, but now I'm not interested in card games at all. That Miss Avant, I honestly didn't even know she was gone. Someone had to tell me like 2 days after she left, like, hey, Avant's gone. I'm like, what? I think I found that on Twitter. But I love Avant. She's probably my favorite, if not one of my favorite housemates ever. She's very considerate. Very, very considerate. Always makes me feel comfortable and accommodating. So she's like, real talk, one of my favorite people to ever live with. Like, she literally let me use her PA for like our moving, and she's like, she still helps me out. And I'm like, damn, that's really nice of you. What are you planning for OTV from now on? Well, if it's a big thing, I can't tell you. And if it's a small thing, it's really not that important. So, you know, I'll get back to you. What do you think would be a good way to make money as a teen? Soju's answer to this question is to go to the playground, to kids' playground, and steal their phones. I just can't help but think about his answer when you ask me that. For YouTube channels, I mean, recently I like people. Is it People Make Games? It's the one that blew the Roblox story. That channel is really nice, and I like Something Salt. Hob Sakuga, I love that one. That one's amazing. Indie Bear, welcome out for 3 months. The Q&A stream 3 months ago really inspired me just to say thanks. Oh, I'm happy for you. I don't know if I do these to inspire people, but if you take away something from it, like, I'm more than happy for it. Do you have a favorite brand of socks? I need these socks. No joke. I buy a lot of my socks and underwear from Costco. Like, I like their quality. Could I get better quality stuff? Absolutely. But I just like their stuff a lot. I'm a simple man. But it's approaching 9. Coffee a little bit too much for my taste. My coughs are actually giving me headaches, so I gotta stop. Like being called Daddy Scar? No. No one should ever call me that.